You haven't been consistent on your self improvement journey lately. That's why you clicked on this video, didn't you? Maybe it was because of you haven't been journaling recently, or maybe you have been journaling and you haven't been getting your work done. Maybe you wrote 10 things. Maybe your habit tracker looks pretty dull, or maybe you haven't been doing good on nofap, or maybe it's because you have started using social media again where you said you would quit it, or it could be because of any other reason, any other habit that you know very well of that you're not being doing, that you haven't been doing properly. Maybe you might have searched up on YouTube how to start self improvement again. And that's such a stupid question, because once you have started self improvement, you can't really go back. You can't say, oh, I'll start self improvement again. That's just not how it works. You're always on self improvement for the rest of your life, you know? So, why have you been lacking lately, or not being consistent with your self improvement journey? You know what? You haven't been doing well. So, I won't say any specific. But from my experience of why the times I was not consistent on self improvement, there are two main types, you can say. First one is basically like it generally relates more to nofap, where you say, oh, I won't do it again, but then you also do it. It's more so that you can't really quit an addiction that easily. You can't just go cold turkey, can you? You can't just say, oh, I'll never do it again, and proceed to actually never do it again. If you're a person who has been able to do that, then great, but 99% of people just can't do that. They really can't. So it's okay to lack. It's perfectly normal. It has happened many times to me. It has happened many times to like the best of us, like Hamza. So it basically happens to the best of us, which is perfectly fine. You will journal for 2 days, 2 weeks, then you may not journal for 3 days, and then you'll come back. The most important thing that you need to know is to be as consistent as possible. To like, if there are 30 days, then try to be on nofap for like 10 days initially, then increase it to 15, then to 16, then you will fall back. The graph is never like linear like this and little bumps. It's very much like it goes up, it comes down, up, down very much, then all of a sudden you'll have a spike, then come down, it will stay up like this and it will go up. That's the first main reason. So it's fine if you have started something new and you haven't been consistent with it. It couldn't even be something new, it could be even something like gym where you haven't been recently going. So it's like a small downturn, and after each and every downturn you always have that big spike. So just wait, okay? The number two thing that you're like not consistent on self improvement could be because you just haven't been consistent on it recently for the past few days or even a week or so. As a whole, like you haven't been doing meditating, journaling, going to the gym and all that shit, everything. Yeah, you have been lacking in almost everything, and the main reason for that is because of your mental health. Your mental health is not good. It's just that simple. And this has happened to me so many times. I remember there was a time when my mental health wasn't good and I was not consistent on anything. I didn't feel like going to the gym. I didn't have the energy to journal and all that stuff. I was going back to it'll feel like you're going back to your old self, which you do not want to go back to your Jeffrey self. And the main thing that you should do is to take a break, go somewhere. I went to another city, so yeah, that helped me a lot. And I honestly started like after I went and had a vacation for 2 days, and I came back to my college or university, bro. I like my mental health got so good. Like it got so good that I would say it started like the second golden age of self improvement for me. So yeah, your main reason why you haven't been doing well is because you don't have good mental health. It's just that simple. So what should you do if you don't have good mental health? First thing you should do is, obviously, like, you have to improve it, but the best way to improve is to just take a break, go on a vacation. If you can't go on a vacation, just stop taking stress, try to meditate more, try to take short walks. Like every time I record this video every day, I take a walk in this green area. Like, bro, look at this. All right, look at this. Like, just if you're coming here, like, because the thing is, a 30 minutes walk every day, just like a normal walk, is so refreshing. You have to try it in order for you to really know its value. The next thing you can do is just like offload all the heavy task or like stress causing task to someone else. And the fourth main thing is to just subtly not give a fuck. about anything. Yeah, like if there's a small inconvenience, just say fuck it, just be more stoic. So yeah, so that's really it. I know that like when people think of questions like this, they think that they're giving themselves an excuse of, oh, I'm lacking and it's my fault, and a lot of the times it is your fault, but not in the way that you are really lacking the skill or the willpower to really do it. It's pretty mixed, because sometimes the will you don't really have, you're lazy fuck and you're not being consistent and it is your fault. But at the same time, that phase is still important, because your curve goes down and then it shoots right up and you'll become consistent again. So you need to know whatever the reason it is, whether it's completely your fault that you're being a lazy piece of shit, or maybe it's just because, like, okay, like this happens to advanced people like me, but that even though you have to be consistent and you're trying hard to be consistent, you still aren't able to, you know so that's mainly because of your mental health. So whatever it is, try to be consistent as much as possible, especially if you're like a new person. If you're a new person on self improvement, the first reason will be the most, like, first one would be the main reason. If you've been on it for more than an year or so, second reason would be most probably the most common reason. So yeah, it's possible that it could be a mix of both. So yeah, that's really it. And don't worry, generally goes on for a few days to even at times just maybe a few weeks, but that's really it. It's like the flat line. So it's nothing to worry about. And the fact that you're watching this video, or you have been watching content similar to this, just shows that there's something wrong and you want to improve. That in itself is self improvement. So anyways, take care. Bye.